Hi, hello aspirants. Welcome back to one more video. Today we will discuss the newspaper. Hi, hello aspirants. Welcome back to one more video. Yeah. We will discuss the newspaper, the Hindu newspaper analysis of 9th May 2026. Here, the first topic related to sports. There are 14 core topics here. If you see the first one, IPL 2026 team performance and playoff race. This can be read from page number 15, sports, and page number 16, sports. It says IPL 2026 playoff competition intensified with Sunrisers Hyderabad moving to the top of the table, while teams like RCB, LSG, Delhi Capitals, Punjab Kings and Chennai Super Kings continued batting for qualification. Match performance, team balance and pitch conditions remained major discussion points. Key highlights here are Sunrisers top standing, RCB pushing strongly for playoffs, Delhi Capitals struggle at home, Punjab Kings remain inconsistent. You can see the subject relevance, sports tournament, IPL governance, and it is important for exams like SSC, railways, banking, sports GK. Next, second topic here is second topic related to sports is Sunrisers Hyderabad leadership and team culture under Pat Cummins. This can be read from page number 15, sports section. If you see the summary, Sunrisers Hyderabad disciplined and aggressive team culture under captain Pat Cummins contributed significantly to its success in IPL 2026. Team strategy, batting depth and bowling execution were highlighted as major strength. If you see the key highlights, SRH reached top of IPL table, leadership under Pat Cummins prized, Kalsen and Kishan performed strongly, balanced squad helped consistent victories. You can see subject relevance and exam importance. Next article here is third, Ayush Shetty rise in international badminton. This can be read from page number 15, weekend sport. The summary here is young Indian badminton player Ayush Shetty emerged as a promising talent on the international circuit through consistent performance and strong attacking gameplay. His rise reflects India's growing badminton ecosystem. You can read the key highlights here and subject relevance, exam importance. Next you see fourth topic here is grassroots sports infrastructure and athlete development in India. This can be read from page number 15, weekend sport. If you see the summary, the article highlighted the importance of grassroots infrastructure, coaching systems and financial support in shaping India's future athletes. It states the need for better sports ecosystem outside metropolitan cities. If you are new to this channel, please do subscribe. You can see the key highlights, subject relevance, exam importance. Next topic here is Indian women's football team reaches AFC Asia Cup quarterfinals. This can be read from page number 18, sports section. The summary here is India's women's football team advanced to the AFC Asia Cup quarterfinals, reflecting gradual improvement in women's football performance and international competition. Next topic here is sixth one, India's FIFA Women's World Cup qualification push. This can be read from page number 18, sports section. The brief summary here is India intensified preparations and qualification efforts for the FIFA Women's World Cup, highlighting investments in women's football infrastructure and international exposure. Next topic here is D. Gukesh rise in global chess. This can be read from page number 16 sports and page number 18 sports. World champion D. Gukesh strengthened his global reputation through victories in elite chess tournaments, reinforcing India's growing dominance in world chess. You can see the key highlights and subject relevance, exam importance. Next topic here is Global Chess League strengthens India's position in world chess. This can be read from page number 18. If you see the summary, Global Chess League and increasing participation of Indian grandmasters boosted India's global influence in chess. India now hosts major events and produce elite players regularly. Key highlights are India becoming global chess hub, professional chess ecosystem expanding, international leagues increasing visibility. You can see the subject relevance and exam importance. Next topic here important from today's newspaper is page number 16, India's success in international archery event. If you see the summary, India continued performing strongly in international archery competition despite narrowly missing medals in some events. India compound and recurve teams remained globally competitive. Key highlights here are India competed strongly in Archery World Cup, compound team narrowly missed bronze, archery standards improving steadily. You can see subject relevance and exam importance. Yeah, if you are new to this channel, please do subscribe. Next topic here is European football transfers and talent economics. This can be read from page number 16, weekend sports. If you see the summary, this article examined growing financial complexity in European football transfers, including player valuation, club spending patterns, and talent development economics. The key highlights here are transfer market spending rising sharply, young talent valuation increasing, clubs focusing on long-term contracts. Next important topic is UEFA, Europe League, and European club football developments. This can be read from page number 18, sports section. The summary here is European football competition continued to witness intense competition and strategic shifts among clubs, influencing global football popularity and revenue system. The key highlights here are European club football attracting massive audience, UEFA tournaments driving revenue growth, tactical evolution shaping club football. You can see the subject relevance and exam importance. Next important article related to sports are international tennis upsets and governance issue. This can be read from page number 17 and 18, sports section. If you see the summary, the articles discuss unexpected results in international tennis tournament and debates over scheduling, governance, and player welfare in global tennis administration. Key highlights here are major upsets occurred in tournaments, governance and scheduling concerns rise, athlete workload debate intensified. You can relate with subject and exam importance. Next, 13th topic here is sports governance and BCCI dressing room restrictions. This can be read from page number 17, sports section. If you see the summary, BCCI introduced stricter restrictions regarding dress room access and support staff management during tournaments to improve discipline and professionalism. The key highlights here are BCI tighten dressing room regulation, focus on professionalism and discipline, team environment management discuss. Next topic is historic cycling grand tour records. This can be read from page number 16. Weekend sports. If you see the summary, the article highlighted historic achievements and endurance records in major cycling grand tours, showcasing evolving standards in international cycling competition. The key highlights here are Grand Tour endurance record discuss cycling performance standards improving, European cycling events remain globally significant. You can relate with subject and exam importance. Next, if we see the important topics related to polity are, there are 13 important core topics related to polity from today's newspaper, The Hindu. If you see the first topic, Tamil Nadu hung assembly and governor's constitutional role. This can be read from page number 1, 4 and 10 respectively. If you see the summary here, Tamil Nadu witnessed a hung assembly after the election, leading to intense political negotiations. Governor Rajendra Vishwanath Alekhar asked TVK Chief Vijay to prove majority support before forming the government. The developments reviewed debates on constitutional conventions, governor's disciplinary powers, coalition politics, and floor test. The key highlights here are TVK emerged as major force but lacked majority. Governor demanded proof of support from 118 MLAs. AIADMK refused support to TVK. Congress withdrew from DMK alliance. Constitutional debate on governor's role intensified. You can relate with subject and exam importance. Next important article related to polity here is Kerala Congress leadership struggle after election victory. This can be read from page number 1 and page number 4 respectively. The summary here is following the UDF victory in Kerala, Congress leaders and committee organizations began lobbying for the chief minister's post. The situation reflected internal factionalism, leadership contests, and the role of social groups in state politics. The key highlights here are leadership race intensified after UDF victory, AICC observers consulted legislators, VD Satishan emerged as major contender, committee organizations intensified political discussions. You can relate with subject and exam importance. If you are new to this channel, please do subscribe. And third important topic related to polity is BJP government formation in West Bengal. This can be read from page number 1 and page number 11. If you see the summary, the BJP prepared to form its first government in West Bengal after a major electoral victory. The transition marked a historic political shift in the state after decades of dominance by regional parties. The key highlights here are BJP secured decisive assembly majority, swearing in ceremony planned in Kolkata, Suvendu Adhikari among CM contenders, political realignment occurred in West Bengal. You can relate with subject and exam importance. Next topic is Parliamentary sitting rearrangement and India bloc coordination. This can be read from page number 11, news section. If you see the summary, changes in assembly election outcomes are expected to alter the strength and seating arrangements of opposition parties in parliament. The India bloc may witness coordination challenges due to shifting political equations. If you see the key highlights, Rajya Sabha arithmetic expected to change, Congress likely to gain additional seats, left parties may lose influence, regional parties becoming more significant. You can relate with subject and exam importance. Next important topic is Bihar cabinet expansion and dynamic political debate. This can be read from page number 11, news section. If you see the summary, speculation around the inclusion of Nishant Kumar, son of Nitish Kumar, in the Bihar cabinet reviewed debates over dynastic politics in India. The issue highlighted the role of family-based succession in regional parties. If you see the key highlights, Bihar NDA government preparing cabinet expansion, JDU leaders backed Nishant Kumar's induction, debate over dynastic politics intensified, coalition balance remained important. You can relate with subject relevance and exam importance. Next important topic here is Rahul Gandhi's ideological mobilization strategy. This can be read from page number 11, new section. If you see the summary, Rahul Gandhi intensified criticism of the BJP over alleged electoral engineering and voter manipulation, signaling a strategy focused on ideological mobilization and democratic accountability. If you see the key highlights, Congress alleged voter roll manipulation, focus on democratic institutions, opposition demanded judiciary scrutiny, electoral transparency became key issue. You can relate with subject and exam importance. Next important topic here is urban governance and Delhi has future ready global city. This can be read from page number 2, Delhi city. If you see the summary, Delhi government announced plans for modern urban governance reforms including fire safety audits, disaster preparedness and public infrastructure improvements to make the city more resilient and future ready. If you see the key highlights, fire fighting master plan proposed, safety audits ordered in vulnerable areas, urban disaster preparedness emphasized, illegal construction monitoring increase. You can relate with subject and exam importance here. If you see next topic, Jiwar Airport user fee and public infrastructure debate. This can be read from page number 3, city section. If you see the brief summary of this, discussions over development fees and infrastructure financing at Jiwar Airport raise wider questions regarding affordability, public-private partnership and infrastructure funding models. The key highlights here are user fees debate for airport infrastructure, public infrastructure financing discussed, concerns over affordability rise. You can relate with subject and exam importance. Next, if we see Musi riverfront redevelopment and rehabilitation policy. If you see the brief summary, Musi riverfront redevelopment initiative in Telangana focus on urban renewal, environment restoration and rehabilitation of affected residents. The project highlighted challenges in balancing development with social justice. If you see the key highlights here, urban riverfront redevelopment plan, rehabilitation of displaced residents discussed, environmental restoration linked to project, governance and urban planning issue emerged. You can relate with subject and exam importance. Next, if we see another important topic, Karnataka's Wisdom Valley Innovation Hub proposal. Karnataka's Wisdom Valley Innovation Hub proposal. This can be read from page number 5. If you see the brief summary, Karnataka proposed the development of a Wisdom Valley innovation ecosystem aimed at attracting technology firms, startups, research institutions and global investment. The key highlights here are Innovation Hub proposed in Karnataka, focus on startups and research ecosystem, technology investment encouraged, skill development and innovation emphasized. You can relate with subject relevance and exam importance. Next important topic here is political violence and coalition tension in Tamil Nadu. This can read from page number 4 states. The summary here is post-election political tensions in Tamil Nadu intensified as parties negotiated alliance and support agreements. Rival parties accuse each other of destabilization attempts. If you see the key highlights, coalition negotiations become tense, political rivalry increased after election results, alliance instability affected governance discuss. You can relate with subject and exam importance. Next, if you see other important topic, that is Somnath Temple anniversary and cultural politics. This can read from page number 12. This can be read from page number 4, state section. If you see the subject summary, political leaders participated in celebrations linked to the Somnath Temple anniversary, reflecting the growing intersection of religion, culture, and electoral politics in India. The key highlights here are Somnath Temple anniversary celebrated, religious symbolism used politically, cultural identity themes highlighted. You can relate with subject and exam importance. Next, if you see the other important topic, Election Commission electoral data transparency in Assam. This can read from page number 11, new section. If you see the summary, debates emerged regarding transparency in electoral data and vote counting process in Assam after election related controversies and demands for greater accountability. If you see the key highlights, questions rise over electoral transparency, demand for improved vote counting accountability, election management debate intensified. You can relate with subject relevance and exam importance. Next, if we see those who are new to this channel, please do subscribe. Now we will see all important topics related to international relations. The first topic here is US-Iran maritime conflict and Strait of Hormuz crisis. This can be read from pages 10, 13 and 14. The summary here is rising tensions between the US and Iran over maritime security in the Strait of Hormuz triggered global concerns regarding oil supply disruptions and regional stability. Iran reviewed diplomatic proposals while strengthening maritime control measures. The crisis affected global crude oil prices and India's energy security. If you see the key highlights, the Strait of Hormuz remains critical global oil route. US-Iran tensions linked to maritime security. India increased Russian oil imports amid crisis. Iran introduced maritime transit permit mechanism. Diplomatic mediation efforts underway. You can relate with subject and exam importance. Next important topic is Russia-Ukraine ceasefire and prisoner swap diplomacy. This can be read from page number 14, world section. If you see the summary here, Russia and Ukraine continued limited ceasefire negotiations and prisoner exchange efforts despite ongoing drone attacks and military operations. Diplomatic attempts failed to establish a stable ceasefire, reflecting the prolonged nature of the conflict. The key highlights here are Drone attacks continued despite ceasefire announcements. Prisoner swap diplomacy remained active. Russia accused Ukraine of ceasefire violation. Conflict continued affecting European security. You can relate with subject and exam importance. Next, if we see third important article related to international relations, that is Taiwan's defense modernization against China. This can be read from page number 14, world section. The summary here is Taiwan accelerated defense modernization efforts to counter increasing Chinese military pressure. Focus areas included missile defense, asymmetric warfare capabilities, and strategic coordination with allies. If you see the key highlights here, Taiwan strengthened defense preparedness, China's military pressure increasing, focus on asymmetric warfare strategy, Indo-Pacific security concerns are growing. You can relate with subject and exam importance. Next, if we see fourth important article, North Korea's long-range artillery deployment. This can be read from page number 14, world section. If you see the summary here, North Korea reportedly expanded deployment of long-range artillery systems near the Korean Peninsula, intensifying tensions with South Korea and regional allies. The key highlights here are North Korea intensified artillery deployment, regional security concerns intensified, Korean Peninsula tensions remained high, missile and defense monitoring increase. You can relate with subject relevance and exam importance. Next, if we see the fifth important article here is India-Bangladesh illegal immigration and border diplomacy. This can be read from page number 10, news section, and page number 11, news section respectively. The brief summary here is political debates intensified regarding illegal immigration from Bangladesh and border management issues. Discussions included citizens' concern, demographic impact, and bilateral diplomatic sensitivities. The key highlights here are border security concerns highlighted, illegal immigration remained political issue, India-Bangladesh diplomatic balance important, demographic and electoral implication discussed. You can relate with subject relevance and exam importance. Next, if we see sixth important article here is Pakistan internal security and mortar shell violence. This can be read from page number 14, world section. The summary here is internal security challenges in Pakistan intensified following incidents involving mortar shell violence and military activity in sensitive regions. The key highlights here are mortar shell incidents reported, security instability continued in border regions, militancy concerns persistent. You can relate with subject relevance and exam importance. Next, if we see the seventh important article here is strategic infrastructure and Persian Gulf geopolitics. You can read this article from page number 14, world section. The summary here is global powers increase naval deployments and strategic coordination in the Persian Gulf and Red Sea regions to secure maritime trade routes amid rising tensions. The key highlights here are France deployed aircraft carrier group, Red Sea and Gulf of Aden security emphasized, freedom of navigation operations expanded, maritime choke points gain strategic importance. You can relate with subject relevance and exam importance. Next, eighth topic, UK Labour Party crisis and British politics. This can be read from page number 14, world section. If you are new to this channel, please do subscribe. The summary here is UK Labour Party face internal political challenges and leadership related tensions amid changing British politics, dynamics, and governance pressure. The key highlights here are internal party tensions increase, British political landscape shifting, leadership debates intensified. You can relate with subject relevance and exam importance. Next important topic here is US tariff policy and global trade governance. This can be read from page number 10, news section. If you see the summary, discussions around US tariff policies and trade negotiations reflected broader debates over global trade governance, protectionism, and economic diplomacy. The key highlights here are trade negotiations remain active, tariff policies affected global trade flows, economic diplomacy linked to strategic interest. You can relate with subject relevance and exam importance. Next important topic here is internal security. Total core topics here are 9 topics. The first important topic related to internal security is Operation Sindoor and India's new defense doctrine. This can be read from page number 8, editorial section, and page number 10, news section. The brief summary: discussions around Operation Sindoor highlighted India's evolving defense doctrine focused on rapid response, integrated military capability, border preparedness, and strategic deterrence. The operation reflected changing national security priority in a volatile geopolitical environment. The key highlights here are focus on rapid military preparedness, integrated defense strategy emphasize, border security and deterrence strengthen, national security doctrine evolving. You can relate with subject relevance and exam importance here. The second important topic is indigenous defense technology, AI and modern warfare. This can be read from page 8 and 12 respectively. The summary here is India accelerated efforts towards indigenous defense manufacturing and AI-enabled warfare systems. Discussions focus on drones, surveillance systems, cyber defense, and the importance of self-reliance under defense modernization initiatives. The key highlights here are AI increasingly integrated into warfare systems, indigenous defense production prioritized, drone and surveillance technologies expanding, cyber warfare preparedness highlighted. You can relate with subject relevance and exam importance. The third important topic here is Bengal post-poll violence and electoral security. This can be read from page number 11, news section. If you see the summary here, post-election violence in West Bengal triggered concerns regarding electoral security, law and order, and political classes. Security agencies increased deployment in sensitive regions to prevent escalations. The key highlights here are political classes intensified after elections, central forces deployed in sensitive areas, electoral violence rise, governance concern, law and order monitoring increase. You can relate with subject relevance and exam importance. Next important topic related to internal security here is border infiltration, smuggling, and national security concerns. This can be read from page number 10 and 11, news section. The brief summary here is security agencies highlighted concerns regarding infiltration, smuggling, and illegal cross-border activities near sensitive border regions and maritime boundaries. The key highlights here are suspected Pakistani origin boat recovered, border infiltration concerns discussed, coastal surveillance strengthened, smuggling and maritime security linked. You can relate with subject relevance and exam importance. The next important topic is Punjab drug crisis and narcotics control debate. This can be read from page number 11, news section. Brief summary here is growing drug crisis in Punjab continued to generate debate regarding narcotics control, cross-border trafficking, rehabilitation policies, and law enforcement effectiveness. The key highlights here are drug abuse concerns remain severe in Punjab, narcotics trafficking linked to border security, demand for strong anti-drug measures increase, rehabilitation and policing discuss. You can relate with subject relevance and exam importance. Next, if we see another important article, Narmada boat disaster and disaster management failure. This can be read from page number 9, ground 0. The brief summary here is Narmada boat tragedy exposed failure in disaster preparedness, overcrowding control, licensing and emergency response mechanism. Questions were raised regarding administrative negligence and safety monitoring. The key highlights here are boat safety regulations question, emergency preparedness found inadequate, administrative accountability debated, disaster response systems criticized. You can relate with subject and exam importance. Next important article here is inland water tourism safety and administrative accountability. This can be read from page number 9, ground 0 section. The brief summary here is discussions following the Narmada incident highlighted broader concerns over inland water tourism safety standards, licensing systems and enforcement of public safety norms. The key highlight are tourism safety protocols under scrutiny, licensing and overcrowding issues highlighted, accountability mechanisms questioned, need for stricter water transport regulation stressed. You can relate with subject and exam importance. Next important topic is Odisha lynching case and mob violence concern. This can be read from page number 5 states. If you see the brief summary, the lynching incident in Odisha reignited debate over mob violence, law enforcement response and social tensions. The incident highlighted concerns regarding vigilant behavior and public order. Key highlights here are mob violence incident reported in Odisha, concerns over law and order response raised, debate on vigilantism intensified, social tension and public safety highlighted. You can relate with subject relevance and exam importance. Next, if we see another important topic, custodial death and police accountability debate. This can be read from page number 5, shared section. If you see the summary here, reports regarding custodial death triggered discussions about police accountability, custodial violence and need for institutional reforms in policing practices. Key highlights here are custodial deaths allegations arise, police accountability question, human rights concern highlighted, need for policing reforms discussed. The subject relevance here are, and you can see the subject relevance and exam importance. Next, if we see all important articles related to economy, there are 9 core topics related to economy. If you are new to this channel, please do subscribe. The first important article related to economy is MGNREGS, decline and rural employment concerns. This can be read from page number 1 and page number 12, front page and news section. The brief summary here is concerns were raised regarding declining demand and budgetary constraints under MGNREGS amid continuing rural distress and unemployment challenges. Experts warned that weakening rural employment support could increase migration and income insecurity. Key highlights here are rural employment demand remain significant. Concern over reduced MGNREGS utilization. Rural distress and migration issues highlighted. Debate over adequacy of budget allocation. You can relate with subject relevance and exam importance. The second important article here is India's human capital and student retention challenges. This can be read from page number 1 and page number 12. If you see the summary here, articles highlighted challenges related to educational access, student retention, skill development, and human capital formation in India. Policy discussions focus on strengthening school governance and reducing dropout rates. If you see the key highlights here, School Management Committee strengthened under NEP. Student retention concerns discuss. Human capital linked to long-term growth. Committee participation in education emphasized. You can see the subject relevance and exam importance. Next, third important topic related to economy is public health infrastructure and human resource shortages. This can be read from page number 6 editorial and page number 12 news section. The brief summary here is India's healthcare system continued facing shortages of doctors, specialists, and healthcare workers, especially in rural areas. The issue highlighted structural weaknesses in public health infrastructure and medical workforce planning. The key highlights here are CHCs face severe specialist shortages, rural healthcare infrastructure remained weak, medical education expansion not matching service needs, public health staffing crisis discuss. You can relate with subject relevance and exam importance. Next important topic related to economy here is oil marketing company losses and fuel pricing crisis. This can be read from page number 13 business section. The summary here is oil marketing companies face financial pressure due to volatility in global crude prices caused by the Strait of Hormuz crisis and changing supply chains. Fuel pricing remained sensitive amid geopolitical instability. The key highlights here are crude oil volatility affected OMC finances, fuel pricing pressures increased, Hormuz tensions impacted global energy trade, government monitoring supply stability. You can relate with subject relevance and exam importance. Next important topic is SBI and Bank of Baroda financial performance. This can be read from page 13 business section. The summary here is major public sector banks including SBI and Bank of Baroda reported financial performance updates reflecting changes in profitability, asset quality, lending growth, and banking sector stability. This can be read from page number 13. The key highlights here are banking sector performance monitor closely, profitability and credit growth discuss, PSU banks remain economically significant, financial stability indicators highlighted. You can relate with subject relevance and exam importance. Next important topic is GST complaints, burden and tax administration challenges. This can be read from page number 13 business section. The brief summary here is businesses raise concern over complaints complexity, filing burdens, and administrative challenges under the GST system. Discussions focus on improving ease of doing business while maintaining tax transparency. The key highlights here are GST compliance burden debated, businesses short procedural simplification, tax administration reforms discussed, ease of doing business concerns highlighted. You can see the subject relevance and exam importance. Next important topic is commodity inflation and rubber supply disruptions. This can be read from page number 13 business section. The brief summary here is commodity price fluctuations and supply disruptions in sectors like rubber affected industrial production and inflation trends. Global supply chain instability continued influencing domestic markets. The key highlights here are rubber supply disruptions impacted industries, commodity inflation concerns persisted, supply chain vulnerability discussed, industrial input cost increase. You can relate with subject relevance and exam importance. Next important topic is cotton supply and textile export competitiveness. This can be read from page number 13 business section. The summary here is India's textile sector faced policy and competitiveness challenges due to cotton pricing, export pressures, and changing global demand patterns. Discussions focus on maintaining export competitiveness. The key highlights here are cotton prices affected textile exports, export competitiveness concerns rise, textile industry linked to employment generation, policy support demands increase. You can relate with subject relevance and exam importance. Next important topic is EV expansion and automobile sector transformation. This can be read from page number 13 business section. If you see the summary here, rapid growth in electric vehicle sales signal structural transformation in India's automobile industry. Government intensives environmental concerns and technological innovations accelerated EV adoption. The key highlights here are EV sales rose sharply in April 2026. Tata Motors remain market leader. Green mobility transition accelerated. Automobile industry undergoing technical shift. You can relate with subject relevance and exam importance. Next important articles are related to judiciary. There are 7 core topics here. The topics related to judiciary are Supreme Court debate on governor's role in hung assembly. This can be read from page number 4, 8 and 10. If you see the summary, Supreme Court related constitutional debate over governor's role gained importance after the hung assembly situation in Tamil Nadu. Discussions focus on floor test, discretionary powers, constitutional morality, and whether governors can independently decide government formation without objective proof of majority. If you see the key highlights are governors ask TVK to prove majority, floor test seen as constitutional solution, Article 164 and Parliamentary conventions discuss, SC precedents on governance discretion highlighted, debate centered on constitutional neutrality of governors. This you can relate with subject relevance and exam importance. Next important article is Sohrabuddin Sheikh encounter case judgment. You can read this topic from page number 12 news section. Sohrabuddin Sheikh fake encounter case returned to public discussions following judicial observations and legal developments related to accountability, investigation standards, and criminal justice procedures. The key highlights here are case linked to alleged fake encounter killing, Questions rise over investigative integrity, judicial accountability and due process discuss. Human rights concern remain central. You can relate with subject relevance and exam importance. Supreme Court review. Next important article is Supreme Court review of Lakhimpur Kheri trial delay. This can be read from page number 10, new section. The summary here is Supreme Court reviewed delays in the Lakhimpur Kheri violence case trial and emphasized speedy justice and timely judicial procedures in sensitive criminal cases. Key highlights here are Supreme Court questioned prolonged trial delays, focus on speedy justice principle, criminal accountability issue highlighted, judicial monitoring of trial process discussed. You can relate with subject relevance and exam importance. Judicial oversight in Great Nicobar Infrastructure Project. This can be read from page number 10, new section. The summary here is the judiciary examined whether legal procedures under the Forest Rights Act and environmental regulations were properly followed for the Great Nicobar Infrastructure Project. The key heads here are FRA complaints question in court, tribal consent procedures examined, environmental clearance scrutiny increase, judicial review linked to ecological governance. You can relate with subject relevance and exam importance. Next, AI generated identity misuse and personality rights. This can be read from page number 12, new section. If you see the summary here, concerns grew regarding misuse of AI generated images, voices and digital identities. Legal experts discuss the need for stronger protection of personality rights and digital consent framework. Key highlights here are AI generated identity misuse increasing, personality rights debate intensified, digital content and privacy concerns rise, legal regulation of generative AI discuss. You can relate with subject relevance and exam importance. Next important article is Digital Rights and Social Media Account Blocking Case. You can read this article from page number 11, new section. The summary here is a legal dispute over blocking of social media accounts triggered debate on free speech, digital rights, intermediary responsibilities and constitutional protections in online spaces. The key highlights here are social media account blocking challenged legally, debate over freedom of speech online, platform accountability question, digital rights jurisprudence evolving. You can relate with subject relevance and exam importance. Next important article is Judicial Ethics and Collegium Transparency Debate. This can be read from page number 12, new section. If you see the summary here, debates continued regarding transparency in judicial appointments and functioning of the collegium system. Discussions focused on accountability, judicial independence and ethical standards in higher judiciary appointments. If you see the key highlights here, collegium transparency debate continued, judicial ethics and accountability discussed, balance between independence and transparency examined, appointment process reforms debated. You can relate with subject relevance and exam importance. With this, we end this session. We will continue next session from social issues. Okay. If you are new to this channel, please do subscribe. Thank you. See you in the next video.